Hey there, I'm Lisa Catallo, and I am your host of the Empowered to Lead the Therapist Practice podcast. I'm so glad that you're here. I wanted to share a little bit of my adventure into owning a group practice, where it's at, why I started coaching, and how I want to help you feel more confident as a business owner and leader and get connected with other people who get you. So where did this all start? I started in private practice. I joined a group practice, and because I wanted to help people, I was a new therapist. I knew that I wanted to be in private practice, and I knew eventually down the road I wanted to have a group practice. So I joined. I thought that I could dive in and help out this other group practice owner, and come to find out I was annoying. I wanted to help her to grow and to do all these things, and that wasn't who she wanted to be as a leader, and totally fine. She built something awesome, and I needed to learn that I actually wanted to do my own thing. So I went off on my own and started to explore what it would mean to have a group practice. I ended up starting one with a partner. It was somebody who I had gone to school with and we had connected. And so we dove into the adventure of being group practice owners. We started with renters because that felt safe and easy to start with, and then brought on contractors. And then as we grew, realizing that there were supports out there at that time, but most of them were American, and there wasn't a lot. And it also felt like when I would try and connect with other group practice owners, there was a little bit of fear in sharing information with me. There was one person who really took me under her wing and would answer all the questions that I had. But other than that, it actually was really hard to learn from or get support or encourage other group practice owners. So I thought, well, let's start something. I wanted to help people avoid the pitfalls that we fell into, and at the same time, build connection and community for Canadian group practice owners. In the midst of all of that, COVID happened, and my partnership for the group practice ended. We decided we had different visions, different ways that we wanted to be doing a group practice, and so we went our different ways. It was really hard being in a partnership, and having my first group practice was a dream. It was an adventure, and a lot of my identity was in that. And so to lose that was a huge hit. And so I dove right into another group practice. I knew that I didn't want to just be in solo practice. I wanted people around me. I wanted to create this dream and this vision. So I started Panorama Wellness Group, and we grew from 3 clinicians to now we have about 12 and have 2 locations. And it's been an adventure. It's had ups and downs. It's had some pretty exciting things and some pretty difficult things. I have learned and grown as a group practice owner, as a person, as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, all of those hats that have been learning curves, exciting, fun, and stretching all at the same time. As I was developing the group practice, I also was developing what was Your Practice Your Way, and now has grown into Group Practice Network along the way. And I love entrepreneurs. I will tell you that that has been a learning curve as a group practice owner, because when I get entrepreneurs on my team, they get the business sense, and so they see their potential, and then they go and do their own thing, which is really hard when you are counting on that income, but also pretty exciting to see that happen. So finding people who are my people, who I love to work with, is so easy as a group practice owner coach. So working with various people who are just contemplating whether a group practice is the next step, or they've got a few people on the team already and they're accidental group practice owners. And so they're not really sure what systems to have in place. And then up until people who have all those systems in place and they just want support to know that they're not the only one, because it gets lonely at the top. So why be a group practice owner? What was it about that fed me? I wanted to do my own thing. I wanted to create something. I didn't realize I was an entrepreneur before I became an entrepreneur. I sold Pampered Chef. I did a variety of things throughout my life, but I never would have used that term. And so as we started the group practice, I was like, oh my goodness, I love creating things. I want to do the next thing. I want to do this better. I want to do this really well. And so I knew that having systems in place was crucial for me. Anytime I start something new, I need to read, I need to learn, I need to pick the brains of other people. And so having that structure around me, knowing that when I would talk to somebody who was going to join our team, I knew the answers before they asked their questions, because I wanted to look confident. I wanted them to have confidence in us. And there were times when I didn't have that confidence, but having systems, knowing where I wanted to go with my business, being able to come back to why am I doing this? All of those things show up on a daily basis when I'm talking with other group practice owners. Shiny object syndrome comes, and what if I did this? Or maybe this contractor could work if I just did this. Okay, so let's come back to why. What systems do you have in place in order to do this well? Is this actually in alignment with your vision? And so that now has fed into Empowered to Lead the Therapist Practice, because I want to help you come back to your vision, know why you're doing this, learn from other people, learn from me, from other group practice owners, from other professionals about what systems you want to have in place in order to create a business that works for you, that grows you as a person, that provides for you financially, and just reaches those dreams and that vision that you have. So Empowered to Lead is all about keeping it real. I am not somebody who is going to sugarcoat this. Being an entrepreneur, being a group practice owner is hard. It brings up all of your stuff in a new, different way. And it's exciting and fun, and it's a new group of people to connect with. You get to learn continually. You get to expand as a person and as a business owner. And you get to try on that label or that term that you are a CEO and you are an entrepreneur, you are a business owner. So we're going to talk about the hard things and we're going to talk about the good things. We're not going to I am not going to promise you that everything is going to be a bed of roses, because it's not. There are definite hard things. This is hard work, and it's rewarding, and it's worth it. So in the end, I hope what you hear as you tune in on a regular basis, as you leave after listening, I want you to know that you are not alone. I want you to know that systems work, that being a leader is important, and getting the skills and the support that you need in order to do that will help you and your team for the long run. You'll be able to keep your business going. That learning to be comfortable, or at least understand money and numbers, gives you confidence as a therapist. And so I am so excited for where this show is going to go, what it's going to provide for you as a group practice owner, whether you are just contemplating or you have 20 people working for you in 5 locations. I want this to be your resource, your place to know You've got this, and we're coming alongside you on a regular basis. So hit follow so that you don't miss any of our shows. Listen in, send me ideas of what you want to hear about, because I want this to meet your needs. And here we go. Thanks for hanging out with me on Empowered to Lead, the Therapist Practice. If you're ready for deeper support, I'd love to see you inside the Group Practice Connection, my monthly membership where Canadian therapists like you get coaching, community, and the tools to build a business that actually supports your life. You can check it out at grouppracticenetwork.ca. We're building something great here, and I'm so glad you're a part of it.
This is Michelle Abraham, and we are honored to have Lisa Catallo's Empowered to Lead podcast on our High Vibe Podcast Network. For more shows like hers and to grab your free gift from the gift fold, head on over to highvibepodcastnetwork.com.